I'm Dr. Patrick Graham, Marketing Chair and Board Member of Policy Pathways, and welcome to Policy Prospects. Policy Prospects is our new online platform. It offers early insights into public policy, public administration, and international affairs degree and certificate programs at colleges and universities across the country. Today, we have with us Ross Losapio, Recruitment Coordinator for the L. Douglas Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs with Virginia Commonwealth University. Joining Mr. Losapio will be our host, Jazz Miles, an intern with Policy Pathways. Jazz.
Thank you, Dr. Graham, and welcome to Policy Prospects, Mr. Losapio. So I wanted to start off by just asking you about the Wilder School and your role there.
Yeah, absolutely. So the L. Douglas Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs at Virginia Commonwealth University informs public policy through cutting-edge research and community engagement while seeking to prepare students to become tomorrow's leaders. We're located in Richmond, Virginia, just a few blocks away from the state capitol, and more or less a 2-hour drive from Washington, D.C., which means that we can provide our students with hands-on opportunities to work with local, state, and national policymakers. In terms of my role, I serve to coordinate strategic student recruitment initiatives in order to sustainably grow the school and then also support awareness and prestige of the Wilder School on the national stage.
All right, thank you. Just to dive into kind of what the student body there looks like, could you tell us about, in terms of demographics or other things, what stands out to you about your community there?
Absolutely. So in terms of demographics, I believe that the diversity and makeup of the Wilder School reflects that of the university at large, the Richmond community, as well as our nation. I had a chance to look up some information prior to this, and our 2019-2020 student profile shows that across all of our programs, our students are made up by about 42% underrepresented minority students, and also 57% female students, which I think is really impressive. In terms of what stands out to me about our student body just in general, I'm really struck on pretty much a daily basis by their passion and professionalism. They are engaged in professional and career development communities and opportunities pretty much from day one. Across the board, they want to make an impact in public service and are actively seeking opportunities to do that, even as early in their careers as starting out at an undergraduate level.
So what kind of opportunities can we see there at an undergraduate level at your school?
Sure. So all of our academic programs seek to prepare students for meaningful careers in public service and policy. And then even beyond those academic programs, we have really robust student services and student success units. And those provide our students with experiential learning opportunities and also support advising, internships, fellowships, scholarships, and other career preparation opportunities. One of the Wilder School's goals is for every student who is interested in an internship or in career development should be able to pursue those opportunities. And not just that, but also be prepared to make the most of them so that they can really take a wealth of experience into their job opportunities after graduation. We really don't see our jobs as ending upon graduation for our students. We want them to be prepared to begin and advance in their career paths so that they can have really meaningful careers and that we can have the opportunity to brag about them a little bit on our end as well. That's really important to us.
Thank you. So in terms of the school, I heard you say that you're working on growing tomorrow's leaders. So what are some of the requirements that you have, the criteria when looking at an applicant?
Sure. My role kind of serves as the graduate and undergraduate level, thinking about undergraduate admissions and recruitment. our policies for admissions mirror that of the university at large at VCU. And so that includes, for a successful application, it includes submission of the common application, an essay, and at least one reference, among other requirements. The Wilder School itself does not have a separate application process at the undergraduate level. So that means that if a student is accepted to VCU and maintain good academic standing, they are welcome to pursue a major at the Wilder School. At the graduate level, there's an online application, statement of intent, references, transcripts, resume, all fairly standard elements of an application. And in addition to that, most of our graduate programs have made the GRE or other test score submissions optional moving forward. So that really kind of opens things up to our students, especially in light of public health concerns and limited testing opportunities that exist in the current state of things.
So I wanted to ask you, where do many of your students go in terms of trying to pursue their careers after graduating?
Great question. Very important question. So our graduates go on to work in many different fields. They work in the U.S. Secret Service. They serve as legislators. They found nonprofit agencies, among many other prestigious and meaningful career paths. They very often work at all levels of government, local, state, and federal, law enforcement, court system, also in community development, infrastructure, transportation, and many, many other areas. The majority of our graduates go on to pursue careers in the public and nonprofit sectors, but we find that there are increasing opportunities in the private sector for our students as well.
Thank you. And to sort of close out on things here, I wanted to just ask, is there anything else that you'd like us to know about the school or remember?
In terms of what else there is to know or remember, I would highlight that our undergraduate programs include majors in criminal justice, homeland security and emergency preparedness, and also urban and regional planning. We have corresponding master's degrees in each of those programs, as well as a master's degree in public administration, and also a PhD program in public policy and administration. We also have, in addition to those opportunities, 8 graduate certificate programs in a wide range of public and nonprofit focused areas. And those are meant to be really immediately applicable to students in their career paths, but they can also serve as a gateway into a full master's program. And a lot of students do make that transition as a helpful way to kind of test the waters at the graduate level to see if they can be successful in those types of classes and then move forward once they kind of find their footing. I would also say that, in the midst of the challenging times that we find ourselves in, many people are wondering how they can have a greater impact for the public good. And we at the Wilder School are really heartened and encouraged when people express those types of attitudes to us. At the Wilder School, our faculty and staff are uniquely prepared to help you achieve your educational and professional goals. We emphasize experiential education, which I think I touched on in a couple of my previous answers. That's really important to us. And also our instructors are very often practitioners in their field, which means that they bring a wealth of experience and professional networks into the classroom to the benefit of our students. And so I would say for anyone out there who is interested in pursuing a meaningful career in public service, in the public sector, and feels that they would benefit from a really strong student-centered approach to their education, they would likely feel very welcome at the Wilder School.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Losapio, we thank you so much for joining us on the first episode of Policy Prospects. Really appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. And we want to also thank you, Jazz, for your time, and obviously Mr. Losapio as Jazz just said, this was our first Policy Prospects interview. So we want to thank you for being the first, number one, in what will be a new platform for Policy Pathways as we try to educate more and more individuals about careers and education in the field of policy. So we thank you for your time, and we appreciate your engagement.
Oh, sure. Thank you. And I wish you guys the best of luck on this project.